Today I will be reviewing the third Harry Potter movie in the Harry Potter series, number 3 of 8, Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. I don't know why I didn't do it for my other reviews, and if you haven't seen them, I suggest you go back and watch those reviews. Last week I reviewed the second movie, and the week before that I reviewed the first one. I didn't show the DVD and and the Blu-ray. I don't know why, but I do have them. This is the DVD, this is the Blu-ray. They are identical aside from the case they are in. Even the back is pretty similar. Just before I get into the plot of the movie, special features are pretty much the exact same on both of these. So if you don't want to get a Blu-ray, I don't know why you wouldn't, because it is 1080p. Aside from that, they're basically identical. So if you just want to get either one, this one has the exact same special features as this one, if not more than that. So anyways, the plot of this movie, it's Harry again. It's Harry Potter. Each movie tends to start out in the summer, like every book does. He's back at his aunt and uncle's house. And then when he goes back to the wizarding world, he finds out that a wizard who had committed a mass murder about 13 years prior has escaped from the wizard prison of Azkaban. And Harry finds out that this guy, Sirius Black, is actually looking to get Harry. And he doesn't know why. No one really explains it to him. You'll find that as a theme throughout these books. People always keep Harry out of the loop for some reason. But they do, so he finds that out. And then kind of the movie progresses, and you find out more. It's kind of hard to describe what happens in this movie without giving a lot away. So I'll just kind of talk about things that I was a fan of and not really a fan of. Now, this movie, I found it deviates from the main plot the most from the first two and the later four, I guess. 4, 5, 6, yes, the later 4, or 5 if you're counting the movies. Which I guess I should be because I'm reviewing the movies. But yeah, it seems to deviate the most from the main storyline that develops more so in the next few movies, especially in the 5th one onward. But it really doesn't have a lot to do with Voldemort specifically. I guess I'll just say that. It's not really giving much away. But it does focus a lot more on Harry Potter and Sirius Black and that kind of relationship. Then there's a whole other kind of side story that takes up a lot of the time as well. So as far as that, it's not really a dislike that. I guess it would be more so on the dislike than the like side of things, though. We do have a new director in this movie from the first two. The first two were directed by Christopher Columbus. This one is by Alfonso Cuarón. I think that's his last name, C-U-A-R-N. I think it is Cuarón. Yeah, so Alfonso Cuarón. He kind of changed things up a bit. Gave the movie a different bit of a look. Like the uniforms that they wear cloaks, but then with like a dress shirt and a tie and stuff. He made it more casual. It makes the characters kind of dress down, like loosen the tie and stuff, whereas in the first two, they were always dressed formally, always according to like a private school uniform. He also changed up the set quite a bit. It's kind of hard to describe, but if you watch the movies, you will know what I'm talking about. In the first two, it doesn't seem as the land of surrounding the land surrounding Hogwarts, the school, doesn't seem as extravagant as it does in the third one. Like he added in hills and stuff. It sounds not like much of a difference, but if you watch the movies, you'll absolutely know what I'm talking about. This guy only directed this one movie, but I think he did do a fairly good job. Kind of switched things up a bit with the characters. He slowly started to add more humor, but we do see a lot more of that in the 4th movie, especially with that director. A few fun facts for this movie. It was the last Harry Potter movie to be released on VHS. For those of you who don't even know what VHS is, because a lot of younger people surprisingly don't know what VHS is, it is a videotape, not a disc. Another fun fact, it is the lowest grossing movie of the entire series. Although it is still like number 33 highest grossing movie of all time. It's the lowest grossing of all of these. I can't remember how much it made. I think it was like 700 million. So still a decent amount. Maybe it wasn't that high, but it was somewhere around there. It's the 3rd shortest book, because it was the 3rd book. The book slowly got gradually longer until the 6th one. And it was also the last movie to be rated PG until the 6th movie. So I guess only the 4th and 5th were rated like PG-13 or 14A, whatever country you're in. And that's about it for the fun facts. This movie, it was overall pretty good. The comparison of the book and the movie, from what I remember, there really weren't that many changes being made. The books were getting longer, so it was becoming a bit more difficult to incorporate more into the story for the movie. What I found was that they really just didn't stick to very specific details. The main story is all pretty well the same. The way it goes down, it's all pretty well the same. It's just very, very minor details that you wouldn't even know were there if you hadn't even read the book maybe more than once. And that's really about all they changed. There's a good amount of Quidditch, which is always good in these movies, because there's not a single ounce of it in the fifth movie, and there's quite a bit in the book. There is quite a bit in the earlier part of the book, and that's really about it. They did a pretty good job with sticking to the book for this movie, and overall, I would recommend checking this series out. Of course, that's why I've been reviewing them. This movie, I gave the first two movies at 8 out of 10. I will give this movie a 6.5 out of 10 because I'll give it a 7 out of 10, and rewatchability 6 out of 10 because it really just wasn't the most amazing movie. It's probably one of my lesser favorite movies. I have seen it probably the most. The first three I saw the most out of all 8 movies, but that doesn't mean that I like it the most. It's just because I watched the movies more when I was younger than I did when I was older, and the latter part of the movies I didn't watch that as much. So yeah, definitely would check this out. If you haven't seen the Harry Potter movies, I don't know why you haven't, but if you have seen them, go back and watch them again. It's always a good time watching those movies. I'll be back next week to review the fourth one, Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. Hopefully you look forward to that. Like I said, if you haven't seen my first 2 reviews, go and check those out. See you next week.